Hey, friends. Welcome to Unmasking with Cindy and Sarah. I'm
Hello,
back. I know it's
she's
been a
back.
while. It's been a while. I've been in we're going to talk about it today, but I have been in a season and a
Yeah.
parenting season, and it has been a lot. And I got to give a shout out to Cindy because she has held
Aw,
down the podcast. She honestly does everything for the podcast. Like when I'm
I
here,
love
I
it.
just like show up. She is the MVP. But I'm here. We're still
She's here.
friends. We love each other till the end of time. I've just been in a really rough season parenting and trying to work through, working and trying to
Yeah,
get self-care and
balancing it all. Gosh,
balancing it all, balancing it all. But I
yeah.
did go on a little self-care retreat. It's Cindy and I's favorite place in Palm Springs. And
Mm-hmm.
I went there and it's just good, I think, to sometimes go out and just like you went to Morocco and just take a
Mm-hmm.
minute,
Yeah.
especially as a mom, like you just need that. It's nice to not have to worry about, getting someone to school and all of the things that need to be done for the day. And,
Mm-hmm.
it's been a lot, I guess, for a while, for a while.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I remember those days when the boys were that age, and it is it's more physically intense and
mhm.
mentally taxing. I wouldn't say that the stage of parenting that I'm in is less emotionally taxing. There's
Yeah.
still a lot of emotional involvement in managing a home and a job and everything else, but it's not as physically demanding on me from where I'm at because one's away at school during the school year. I've got the other two that are driving themselves. And so I'm thinking about other things.
Yeah.
Um, Whereas I think you're more in the thick of the routines and the like if you don't drive the
Yeah.
ship, like who's driving the ship?
Yeah. No, I can tell you no one. No one is driving the ship if I'm not driving the ship, unless
Right.
my sweet little mom who comes to help will help me drive that ship.
Yeah.
But my husband travels and
Hmm.
he's gone quite a bit, and I'm a tired mama. I have a very spirited, I know I talk about her all the time, spirited 6-year old, very quick, very clever, smart, keeps you on your toes, highly emotionally in tune to the world.
Hmm.
But so that means the meltdowns are really intense. We've
Yeah.
regressed with sleep now. She's writing a book. We're on chapter 11. I can't make
Okay.
this stuff up. I'm not going to say what it's about. It's very clever. She got a Yodo player and we had to take it out of her room. It's a little thing and it plays, you can buy like podcasts or anything, like join a club. And she loves these magic treehouse books. So I will
Yeah.
hear her at like 3 a.m. and I go in
Hmm.
there and she's like writing and listening to Magic Treehouse. And it's all amazing things. Like Olivia is my little unicorn. But man, we don't
Hmm.
slow down. And I'm a
Yeah.
person like I need to slow it down. Like
Yeah.
I live in a home with two people who have the highest amount of frenetic energy you can
Hmm.
possibly have. And that's amazing. I love them. They are amazing people. But like, man, we
A
just all
lot.
need, can we just sit down? Can we just, can we
Right.
sit down and can we, another thing too, I don't know if people have children like this. We have done the same routine. I mean,
Hmm.
this girl was on such a strict routine. I think I've talked about it when she was an infant with her sleep schedule. If the Queen of England had been visiting and was like, they're going to stop by your house, I would be like, not if it's during Olivia's nap time. Okay. We can't make it. Homegirl,
Nope.
like because I had to survive. So she was on a very strict. So we have had the same thing. Like we bathe, we get in our pajamas, we read our books, we do everything every single night. Since this girl was 3 years old, it is like I have asked her to remove a kidney. Like she is like, it's like, what are you asking me to do? And I'm like, we're just getting ready
We're
for
doing the
bed.
same
We're
thing we
getting
did
ready for
yesterday.
bed. Nothing has changed. It's Groundhog's Day, same exact thing. And then
Uh,
I don't know if anybody has this. My child has an addiction to stuffed animals. Like we could literally have like one of those like crane, like a whole house filled, like a bunch of those crane machines. And she will not play with one of them for like 2 months. And then she's like, where's the little pink pig with the wings? And I'm like, I don't know where that, like, I'm trying to go. She's like, I need it. I need it. I
She'll
need
get
that
fixated on it.
fixated on it. Like, we've got to find it before we can get to bed. We already have like 40 other ones in the bed, but the pink one, like, so we're just in that season.
Sarah, you're going to love the fact then that I brought her back a pink camel from Morocco to add to her stuffed animal collection.
She'll love it.
Because things have been so upside down and topsy-turvy in both of our worlds as of the last couple of months. You and I haven't even gotten together in person. Like that's how
I know.
That's how wild upside down everything has been these last couple of months, in case our listeners are curious about what's been going on here.
And I actually went last week, which was like the busiest week because it was Teacher Appreciation Week, and I'm a room mom, of course, and all the stuff because my mom couldn't do that stuff. So I always wanted to be the mom there because I wanted my mom there and she couldn't be there. But of course I picked the week and I didn't know it was going to be Teacher Appreciation Week because it's my first year with my child. But I went away and when I got back, I called Cindy and we've been talking. I mean, we just haven't seen each other, but I called her and I just broke down and I just said, first and foremost, I love the podcast, but like, Cindy is my family. Like she's Olivia's godmother. She's like my chosen sister, and my relationship with her trumps all of this. Like all of this is fun, but my relationship with you is what matters the most. And I think being able to I'm getting emotional thinking about it, but being able to have some clarity and like really, because I met with our special woman, Donna Sachs, who does angel messages. This was the second time. And so basically she's a medium and she was amazing the first time. I mean, this woman is legit. Okay. We won't go into detail. Yeah, we can attest. But when I was there, she was like, you are completely drained from everything. And I'm not going to go into details, but she knows a whole lot of stuff. I mean, this woman said, everybody has angels that are around them. And I asked her who my angel was. And she said, it's someone with a name F the first time. And my grandmother, I was extremely close to, his name is Francis. I don't know how you would know that. There were little things that she just knew and I needed to hear it. And plus it helps that the waters I was in had lithium in it. So, I mean, I think that lithium I didn't know that.
For everybody.
The lithium bath. I mean, I think you guys I think we all need to take lithium baths occasionally, but no, I just like floated and I was quiet and I sat and I ate good food and I slept. And one of my childhood friends went. She's got a very busy taxing job and we try to stay connected. And then but yeah, Cindy and I, this is our place and it's a magical place. And but I'm saying all this because when I was there, I was able to finally, I think, get my head clear about coming out of the fog. Because for me, my trauma response is I shut down. Like even my friend who I went on the trip with, Nicole, she'll say, I always know when something's up with you because I just don't hear from you. Like I'll text something, but I just shut down. Like that's just my response. And it has nothing to do with the people I care about. It's just me. But I do need to learn how to be better at verbalizing that with people. But I feel great. I mean, like talking to you, I called you immediately and talked about it. But it's a lot. I mean, you were in Morocco. You were not planning to be alone. You were not planning to do a trip to Africa alone.
I was not. That was a wild card trip for me. But there are a couple of things and you and I have talked about this extensively, that I too do that thing where I will start to kind of feel myself internally shutting down and I'll pull away. And it's weird because I do this with my friendships. With my husband, I will typically get into picking fights or I'll get really irritable because I'm just more comfortable with that dynamic, like doing that, because
Uh-huh.
he's my husband and he'll be like, oh, okay, here we go. You know, so he can handle that.
Spicy, kind of fun, you know?
Right, right, exactly. And he's I think really skilled at kind of helping me walk through that and untangle that. But with my friendships, it's always been pretty similar to you, and I will start to just get a little more quiet and reserved. And I think a lot of that for me, I don't know about you, Sarah, but was growing up in that era of, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all,
Mm-hmm.
or don't bring your stuff here, or people don't want a friend that's always, you know, da 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 da. And so a lot of it for me is my
Yeah.
own shame stuff that I'm really trying to get better about verbalizing. That it can feel really scary for me to verbalize things. And so when you called me, I was so, well, first of all, I was just relieved that you were feeling better, because I could
Yeah.
feel that you were feeling bad. I knew that you were feeling bad. Secondly, I felt so grateful that you were able to articulate that this is hard for you and that you're working on that, and like, this is what I need from you, and this is me trying to be clear, because not all friendships
No.
can withstand that, and not all people can hold that. And so I think that that's a testament to our friendship,
Yeah.
that it's very mature that way, that you and I are both aware,
Yeah. And
and we don't take it personal. Like, neither
no,
one of us get
no.
weird with one another. It's like,
No, I always know, like, look, I know people hate that, ride or die. We came together, Cindy, in a program where you and I laid it all out.
yeah,
We were very vulnerable and we came into it. We learned a lot of skills that I have to remember. Not all of my friends are as emotionally in tune or emotionally aware. Um, but I have learned a lot of other people's stuff has nothing to do with me. My stuff,
yes,
I'm in my stuff, and you just have to tell people that. And if somebody's going to be defensive about how you're feeling, or they're not going to be very supportive of that,
mm-hmm.
that's very telling too about a friendship. Because I think at this point, as women in our 40s, I just want to feel that I can just be real with whoever
Yeah,
I'm with. And that's why I think a lot of people just have a few close, very close friends. And there can be different kinds of relationships too. But no, I've always felt, and you knew that when we went into the podcast, we both said over everything, our friendship is what matters.
yes.
I mean, you're Livy's Aunt Cece. And we came and met Winston and did all that.
Oh,
But
that's right. We
we
did see each
did, yeah.
other.
And
Yeah.
you're at the season. I know you said that it's not as physically, but it's a different kind of worry, because my thing is I like to shut down and then just watch Dateline or 2020. And I
Yeah.
have to think it's a different worry when your kids are older. Cause I mean, I watch all these things and I'm like, where are they tonight? Whose party are they at? Are
I
they in a,
know.
like, who are they with? Is it some psycho that they're, I watched one the other night about some girl and this guy became obsessed with her and killed her in her sleep. And I'm just like, gosh, you can't even, no one
Yeah.
can just be normal. Why do we have to be like this? And so, but your season is like, your kids are, yes, they have a lot of autonomy, but they're still kids.
Yes.
They're still little, but there's a different worry because they're
Mm-hmm.
completely out in the world. They're doing
Yes.
it. They are adulting. They're learning it.
Yes.
And that's a different kind of worry. Right now, I have a
It is.
lot of control of it in a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
way. You don't really have any, like, yes, they come home, they have their, but when they're out there, it's like,
Yeah.
are they, I'm sure you're up at night waiting to hear them come in for their curfew and stuff. You don't fully sleep
Mm-hmm.
until, it's a
It's
different
weird.
dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah. When Eric is out of town, I'm definitely up a lot later, or I'll set a clock or an alarm, and I'll check my phone to see, okay, did they get home? Are they home? That kind of thing. Ethan has now informed me that because he is a college student, that he no longer has a curfew. So,
Okay.
which was news to me. So, that's a discussion that we have not really had the opportunity to circle back on yet. But there's going to be some new conversations
I
about
love
how
Ethan.
summer. Oh, yeah, he's like, I'm almost 20. I don't have curfew, and I'm like,
It's
okay.
Olivia. It's Olivia. Like, I
Uh-huh.
see that's going to be Olivia.
Yeah, yeah. I've also been trying to not have a curfew since 5 years old. Okay,
Yeah.
so we will be talking when he gets back from California with his father. We will be talking about a lot of these things because I'm in a season of firsts, and you were talking about coming out of the fog, and I feel like I'm just now kind of crawling out of the fog myself, and I still have those moments where I can find myself in the middle of it, and it feels really disorienting. And the thing that I love about you, Sarah, is that you don't take it personal, and also you've always made it extremely safe for me to say,
Thanks.
this is what's happening right now. I never feel like I'm laying something heavy on you. You're always there. You're always like, tell me,
Give
yes.
me the
And
heavy
you don't,
stuff.
yeah, and you don't try to fix it, and you don't try to gloss over it. You don't try to bright side it. You
Same
don't
with
try to
you.
make a
No.
joke.
Well,
I
sometimes
mean,
I make a joke.
well,
Sometimes.
yeah, you and I usually end up inserting some dark humor in there because that's just, I think, how we've had to survive a lot of things. But that's my point, is that
Yeah.
I think it just works because we both have very clear expectations with our friendship and with the podcast. And hey, you know what? Right now it's super busy for you. You're going to be on when you can. And I don't mind. This is
Mhm.
fun for me. I love just getting on and just talking. And so if
Yeah.
you're here, great. If not, that's okay too. And if something changes, then you and I can always have a mentor conversation about it. And
Yeah.
I think that's huge when you have friends that you can do that with.
I think so. And I also think you're the first friend that I've ever had that is similar to my personality in the
Mm,
sense, like emotionally, because I tend to be drawn to people who are emotionally more unavailable. And I think
yeah.
it's because I'm such a sensitive person. So I'm attracted to that.
Mhm.
But I think I'm supposed to have more more friendships with people who are more highly, because then they can understand that sensitivity more. But
Yeah.
that's, I mean, everybody has different things, but I think you're the first person that it does feel safe for me to actually just, like, you sit with me in it. You're not
Yeah.
trying to fix it for me. You're not trying to be like, I don't understand why you're crying about something that happened 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just really, which it's great to have the ones that are a little bit more unavailable at times. You sometimes need those people. But when you're in the thick of it, it's important, I think, to just have the friends that you can say. I think I did text you probably on Instagram after some terrible meme. I'm depressed.
Yes.
I did. I
But
was like, I
that's
sent you,
usually our
yeah,
SOS.
I know. I sent you a really probably like inappropriate meme. And then it was just like, I'm depressed. How's your day? Like, mm,
I love that we can do that because, that's just kind of our code sometimes, I
mhm.
think, for, hey, I know you're probably in the middle of something right now, but let me send you this really dark meme, and then just kind of
Mhm.
flash a light out there, and you've never not come to my aid in those
No,
moments.
I would always come to
And
your aid.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the
So
thing where,
there's
like, a
balance.
friend's on fire and you're on fire too, and you're like, but you're helping your friend.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, but let me tell y'all, lithium water is life changing. Every time I go, I've been 3 times in less than 2 years. Like, this is my place. This is where Al Capone used to go. Like, they had tunnels. Remember that underneath?
Yes.
I'm telling you guys, I just lay in those little mineral waters. I had no idea though that there was lithium. I was like, well, no wonder everybody here is so freaking happy. Like, we're all
Well,
bathing in lithium and it's wonderful.
lithium baths for everyone. So yeah,
Lithium.
so you and I got to talking about, and we are just a little update on the retreat. So right now we're looking at the logistics. We are 99% sure it's going to be in September, but we're really toying with, do we start with something that's more local where people wouldn't have to fly necessarily? And I know Austin is a hub for a lot of these wellness resorts.
Uh-huh.
And so we're in the works of
Do
kind of,
something.
yeah, we are going to keep it really small though. I will say that.
And
So
females.
yes, female only. We're keeping it small. And what you can expect is 3 nights somewhere where there is some healing involved with either restorative yoga,
Mm-hmm.
lithium baths if we can hunt them down.
Lithium bath, spa treatment.
Um, there will be some just like group opportunities for us to all come together and kind of go through some content, and it should just be a really healing, wonderful, relaxing time. So if you are in that season of your life where you are looking for more growth, more healing work, to connect with other like-minded women, then this is going to be something that you're going to want to check out. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm not going to hold us to a really strict timeline as to when we're rolling that out, but it will be
Yeah,
soon because it's going to be in the fall that we want to do this.
for sure. Yes, it's a beautiful time of year. And the great thing about the place we're looking at, they have daily schedules with Pilates and, like Cindy said, yoga, sound baths. So you can kind of
Yeah.
tailor it to what you want to do. And those are included. A lot of those things
Mm-hmm.
are included. There's also angel messages, there's a medium there. There's sometimes they'll have
Yeah.
perfume making, a Vino Van Gogh where you paint, which I brought my own little paint set because I've been getting into painting, and people are baking sourdough bread. I'm painting, everybody has their stuff. But I just like sat and painted, and it was really fun and beautiful. And it's the desert, and there's just something beautiful about the desert. We might even try to do something at Joshua Tree. I don't know
Yeah.
how
We've
we could
talked
do
about
that.
maybe
But yeah, I mean,
I'll rent a van and drive
mhm.
us all out to Joshua Tree.
I mean, listen, I was talking to my friend and I was like, if this was a cult, I could really join. This
I
could be
could
a
get on
cult
both
because
boards.
there's no religion around it. Everybody's just chill. Like a lithium bath is like, that's a cool cult. You know what I mean? Let's just sit in these waters.
Yeah.
And I mean, wear our robes around. I mean, nobody's trying to force anything down anybody's throat. Everybody's just quiet and calm, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yes.
nice.
It is really, really nice.
Not really, guys. Don't join a cult. I'm just kidding. Like, don't really join a cult. I don't want to join a cult. Everybody, don't.
Although I am
Calm
fascinated
down.
with cults.
Although
We'll have to do an episode on that.
oh my goodness, I know the Mother God
Yeah.
one is still the one that is the
So,
best.
so weird. It's so
I know.
creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of upcoming episodes, something that we are going to be talking about that you can be looking forward to are female friendships. We will be doing several episodes on just the different dynamics of female friendships, especially when you get into your 30s and 40s. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's where it really starts to get clearer for a lot of people, but it can also get more confusing for a lot of people. And that's normal because we are maturing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need nor necessarily want to be in those big groups anymore. So I put something out there on Instagram about some of the topics that people would like to hear more about and got a lot of responses. And so that right there was an indication that we're not
Yeah.
alone. We're not alone in
No.
questioning why the hell is it so hard in your 30s and 40s with female friendships? Why does that feel so hard? What thoughts do you have about that, Sarah?
It's funny because being in my 40s, I used to care so much. I had such an extrinsic sense of self of I really want these people to like me, or was that dumb that I said that? A lot of it was
Mm,
anxiety driven around friendships. And I'm at the point now, if you don't like me, that's fine. That's none of my
yeah,
business. Bye.
yeah,
Like I just want to be around the people who make me feel good and who understand me and who I can be real with. I don't want fake.
mm-hmm,
If you're going to
mm-mm,
come and sit at my table, you're going to hear all the crap.
yeah,
Okay? It is what it is. I am not, when the lady asked me at Target, "How's your day?" Sometimes I'm like, "It's a rough one." She probably just wanted me to say, "It's great." But I'm the kind of person I just need that authenticity, and I do
yeah,
like deep conversation, and I do
same,
enjoy being able to talk. I feel like my friend Nicole and I on this trip actually talked about how a lot of times your female friendships, even, you're married, you have romantic relationships, whatever kind of dynamic you're in, your female friendships are really more of your emotional support. At least, I
Mhm.
mean, like I go to my husband and we have conversations, but like I get a lot of my support of being a mother, what I'm going
Mhm.
through, my just things in life through my close friends. And so,
Yeah.
and that is hard. I think it's hard to make friends as an adult. And I
Mhm.
think it's also hard when you have friendships from when you were younger that maybe they haven't evolved the way that you wanted to, but you've had a relationship with that. So you feel obligated at times
Yeah.
too. And maybe
Yeah.
that relationship has, I don't know, kind of moved on. I don't know, but relationships are hard. And I think it's important to have them and it's important to be real with them. And
Mhm.
so I'm excited we're going to talk about it. Do you feel like in your 40s, it's just like a shift of like, you just don't care, like, you just want to be happy and you
Yeah.
just want to have fun and you just want to do things that serve you well and bring meaning to your
Mhm.
life. But then there's other people that don't feel that way. And
Mhm.
so I think when you're evolving, but maybe you're emotionally supporting a friend and they aren't emotionally supporting you back,
Mhm.
that doesn't feel equal and that can be disappointing. So I think
Yeah.
it's hard just navigating all of it, I think.
I agree. I can share some of the things that we got feedback on,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of giving me a good direction of where to start. So, one of the listeners wanted us to talk a little bit about the friends that are kind of always one upping, in
Oh yeah.
conversations. Ugh. Yeah, and jealousy, envy, um, just friends that can't really support you in the way that you need to be supported, or maybe you're in a relationship with someone who really thrives on when things aren't super great in your life, and so
Hmm.
they want to show up and be there for you, but then when things are going really well, they don't support those accomplishments, or they don't
Yeah.
cheer you on the way that you cheer them on. And so there was a lot of that, which I'm really excited to dive into, because that's really common. It's
Hmm.
really common to be in those friendships where it feels like maybe one person is, you know, there emotionally and the other one just is not.
Yeah.
There was also some feedback about, how do you know when to call it quits? How do you do that? Do you do the slow fade? Do you have a conversation? What does that look like? And so it just really opened my eyes to the idea that, yeah, other women are questioning these things. They're trying to understand how to navigate it.
Hmm.
There's no guidebook for friendships. I think with romantic relationships, you break up, right?
Yeah.
We're either friends or we're not. We're either doing this dating thing or we're not. With friends, it's a little bit different and it's layered. And so, me personally, I am reading Too Much. It's a book called Too Much: High Functioning Codependency by Terry Cole. I'm diving into her podcast now and everything, and I love it because she just talks straight. She talks straight up about all the emotional labor that we as women sometimes do and carry in relationships, and why we tend to struggle a little bit more in a relationship
Hmm.
sometimes, because we've been to be that person that just kind of is here, like,
Yeah.
I'll just show up, I'll just keep showing up. And so it's really helping open my eyes into the areas that I still have a lot of work to do. So,
Yeah. And I think it's hard too because with friendships, the dynamics, especially if there's multiple like groups of friends,
mhm.
and then, you think mean girl behavior is going to end once once,
Nope.
it doesn't because
Mm-mm.
then they have children and then and it's
Mhm.
hard, especially all of our children, we want to raise them to be kind. But I think for girls is you have to be really mindful of, are you friends with someone who, I even tell my little clients, like for safe friends, are they talking about, a safe friend won't talk about another friend to you. And so what does that tell you? That maybe this is a person we don't share everything with.
Yeah.
You know, like for, I don't know, like a seventh grader, maybe we don't tell them who we like,
Hmm.
you know, who our crush is. But then maybe we have this other friend we know that we can be safe with. And I think as women too, it's finding those safe friendships that you can feel that way, because they're still mean
Hmm.
women and mean, like, gossipy, and you know, people who want to tear you down. And it's like there's enough room for all of us. Let's just be
Yes.
kind. Let's
Yes.
be kind. Let's not judge mothers. We're all doing the best we can for the most
Hmm.
part. And I think that that's what's so hard, is when there's that either dynamic happening. And
Yeah.
then I've seen this too, where if two young girls are not getting along, this is just through my own thing, but if two girls are, the parents are friends and then they don't get along anymore, and then the
Hmm.
parents start, and then they kind of go off in the group and people pin people against each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it with women and dynamics and friendships and alpha, I guess, alpha dogs within the friendships and all of that.
Hmm.
So I think there's a lot of episodes there, a lot of different
Yeah.
episodes.
There's going to be some really good content, I think, coming up in this next month or so about just, yeah, your friendships and like what is your responsibility in these friendships and what is not your responsibility, and how do you navigate these really sticky situations
Hmm.
when you find yourself in the middle of a friendship and you're feeling confused and hurt and all the things. And so stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for what's to come. And you know, as for the podcast, again, Sarah, I think we're 38 episodes in or something like that. And so we're still babies. We're brand new and we're
Oh,
trying
yeah.
things out. And the intention of this has always been to just come together and connect and talk real and talk about these things. And so I'm very grateful that this has come to the table, because I just think it
Yeah.
opens up just a platform for people to be like, yeah, you know what? This happens, and here's how I can show up and support a friend, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe you yourself are going through that season in your life, or you are friends with someone who's in the thick of it, And so that's my hope, is that people can just relate
Yeah,
and
for
feel
sure.
seen.
And
Yeah.
know that, you know, what looks healthy and how you can have a healthy relationship, and how you can, you know, take a step back if you need to take a step back, because that's important. You're listening to yourself too. And it's important to have friends who understand that. Like, you understand,
Yeah.
for me, that it's been, you know, it's been a lot, but I am here, and and y'all will see me. So,
You're
but
alive.
if you don't see me sometimes, just know I'm in the throes of motherhood and all of the
Yeah.
other things, but I am
Yep.
here, and I'm going to bring my whatever kind of humor I bring to the podcast. I don't know. My weird little personality, that it is what
It's
it
not
is.
the same without you. It's not the same
It's
without you.
not.
But yeah, no, I totally understand. I think we both bring, I think that's the other thing. That's the last thing I'll say about this, is that we both have a particular skill set that we bring to the table. And I appreciate like the fun, I don't know, just the fun
The
side
weird
of that.
humor.
I love it. I love it. Whereas, and I think that's good for me sometimes, because I can get a little rigid and intense, as I've said on here a million times. So it's a good reminder for me too, just that like, hey, if we need to take a couple of weeks off in the summer because we're like living our life with our family and doing things, the world is going to continue. I mean, there's a million podcasts out there that we can go and listen to. And so just to have grace with each
Yeah.
other, grace with ourselves. But yes, stay tuned for two
Retreat.
things: retreat info, as Sarah and I we will get that together. And then secondly, just our upcoming episodes on friendship.
I know.
So
I'm excited.
me too, me too. So we're going to keep it short and sweet today, you guys. Thank you for listening. Thanks for hanging in there with us. And
I
as always,
know.
we welcome your feedback. You can find us on Instagram at Unmasked Therapist. You can also send us an email. All of our information is on our Instagram. So we hope everybody
Oh,
has a great week.
yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm glad to be
Thanks.
back. Okay.
Yes, glad you're
Bye.
back. Bye.